What's going on, Stim Junkies? Hi, Stim Ace here, and I'd like to start off the video by wishing each and every one of you guys a very Merry Christmas. Today, we are going to be doing a very special video. This right here is the top 10 medium stim pre-workouts of 2025. Now, in case you guys haven't seen, I did just drop the video 2 days ago for the top 7 daily driver pre-workouts of 2025. Make sure you check that out. But I know you Stim Junkies that tune into the High Stim Ace channel, you're always looking for the crazy, illicit, borderline insane pre-workouts, ones that have you either tweaking and going crazy, or ones that have you dancing and euphoric and flying and jumping from cloud to cloud like Super Mario. This right here is a list for something in between. So obviously not a pre-workout that you can take every single day, but also nothing crazy to the level where you have to kind of limit it to once or maybe twice a week at most. So these here are medium stim pre-workouts. Some of these will contain 2-amino or Juglans Regia. Some of these will contain Ariogenesis, Alpha Yo, and maybe higher amounts of caffeine, but nothing to the point where you're going to be hopped up and going crazy for 10 hours straight. So without further ado, let's roll that freaking intro. And when we come back, we are going to discuss the top 10 medium stim pre-workouts of 2025. All right, guys, so these pre-workouts here are in no particular order. Every single year, I spend a lot of time agonizing in which order to put these pre-workouts, but I realize that that's pretty silly. Other than the number 1 or number 2 spot, there's no point in actually putting these in order because in the end of the day, these effects are all going to hit people differently. This is a very subjective list. In the end of the day, everybody has different opinions and reacts differently to said product. So we are not going in order, but we are going to begin with the first product here on the list, which is Joan from Anarchy Labs. Now, Anarchy Labs is a sister company of Apollo Nutrition, and they have a little bit more flexibility when it comes to putting in illicit ingredients and just bonkers, balls-to-the-wall, crazy high-stim formulations. So obviously, their products are a little bit more expensive because they throw the entire kitchen sink into those labels. Now, Joan is pretty much a budget-friendly option. I think it only costs $45, and you're getting either 20 or 25 servings in there. I do not remember, but this is a pre-workout that really is a perfect representation of what a medium stim product is all about. There is a rye in there. There's a little bit of alpha yo, good amount of caffeine, pretty solid pump package as well. It hits relatively quickly, good balance between euphoric and aggressive, but nothing that's going to have you too hopped up. It's not going to have you tweaking for 10 hours straight. No stimmy willy on this one, nothing like that. Just a perfectly balanced package, good flavor, great performance, and definitely worthy of being on this medium stim 2025 list. And up next, we have Panda Sup's Panda Skull Limited Edition. And this one here was such a surprise for me because if I'm being honest, to this day, I still haven't had a Panda Sup's pre-workout that really hit on all cylinders for me personally. I know a lot of people are very big fans of Panda Sup's, and I do like their proteins, and I like a lot of their other products. But when it comes to pre-workouts in particular, there's never been anything that really had me going, oh my God, wow, this is amazing. I'm going to go back to this pre-workout in a month or two. That is until Panda Skull Limited Edition came out. The original Skull, I know a lot of people love that pre-workout. Never did much for me, honestly. I ran it like 2 or 3 times, and unfortunately for me, it felt even less than a daily driver. However, the limited edition throws every single nootropic in there at massive dosages, and you're getting great pumps, great energy, and just an incredible mood elevation that really overtakes you, and it synergizes with that nootropic focus and really creates something special. Great flavor as well, great comprehensive energy package, and an overall amazing nootropic experience, which is why Panda Skull Limited Edition makes this list. And up next, keeping up with the nootropic theme, we have the limited edition drop Elfe Neuro. This one here combines the original Elfe pre-workout and the Magico nootropic, combining them into one entity and creating something truly special. Now, they did release this one alongside with their Elfe Fuego, which was a combination of the Demonio Fat Burner with the Elfe pre-workout, and that one was very, very intense to the point where you're tweaking and going a little bit crazy. It might end up on another list, so definitely stay tuned, subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. But the Elfe Neuro is so beautiful, amazing, amazing, clear-headed nootropic focus, bordering on a tunnel vision, but without giving you that extra illicit, underground, spiked kind of feel. Everything's on the uppity up in here, but just an amazing nootropic package. Crazy, crazy pumps, the energy that you would expect from the Elfe pre-workout, and something that I could say you could run 3 times a week with no issues whatsoever. No negatives on here. Stimmy Willy meter comes in at like a 5 out of 10, so nothing to worry about. Overall, an amazing package, and that focus is going to last for the rest of the day. So if you're taking this one in the morning and then you're going to work or you're doing whatever it is around the house, chores and whatnot, this one here is going to get you going throughout the entire day. Next up, we are going to get a little bit aggressive with 5% Nutrition 5150. And this one really did come out of left field for me. I know that this is a pre-workout that's been around for a while, and on label, it's interesting because this is what I call a semi-proprietary label, meaning it's not an entire prop blend. You do have some of the ingredients listed out with their dosages, but then one of the actual matrices, which I do believe is the energy matrix, comes in at a prop blend. So some people are not big fans of it. Me personally, I couldn't care less. If it hits, it hits. Not every pre-workout needs to be clinically dosed to the max. This one here definitely hits, and it's interesting because they claim 8 sources of caffeine. I don't know how accurate that is, but I know that there's at least 3 sources of caffeine in here, and you do have the Alpha Yo as well, which is part of that proprietary blend. This one just hits on all cylinders, but it's not as insane as, say, an Edge of Insanity or Wrecked and Raged from Huge Supplements. Those really take that Alpha Yo crazy, tweaked out buzz to the next level. This is just a notch and a half below that craziness, so it's still manageable. You're not going to get the crazy heart rate. You're not going to be shaking. You're not going to be tweaking or anything like that. Just a beautiful, well-balanced energy package. If you're coming home from work, you're tired, you have no motivation, no energy, take the drink, and you're going to be ready to go in 10 minutes and absolutely crush that workout. And up next is a newcomer to the list, and this one here is Samurai X by Samurai Science Nutrition. Now, I reviewed one of their products about 1.5 years ago, and I really liked it. They're a small company. They just started out. They've only been around for 2, maybe 2.5 years, but Samurai X basically takes the predecessor and turns it into a complete pre-workout experience. So I reviewed this one a little while back. You guys can check out the review, but a very, very unique blend of proven, time-tested nootropic ingredients alongside some ancient herbs that really make this a very unique experience. This pre-workout feels unlike anything else on this list. There's a very solid uplift in mood in here, but it's not your typical Araya Genesis Alpha Yo buzz. This thing feels completely different. It's very unique. You're going to be really focused and dialed in on this one. It's not a crap ton of energy. I think there's a lower amount of caffeine in here. It's not going to have you dancing and flying or feeling anything illicit like that. It does feel very compliant, but there's a very healthy sense of well-being on here, and you just feel good and positive and ready to do whatever it is that you're trying to do. In this case, pump iron, because this one here also gives you a crazy comprehensive pump package, 9 grams of pure L-citrulline, and a couple of other ingredients to really give you the best damn workout of your life. So something that is clean and healthy feeling, but also positive, impactful, and gives you the best workout in the gym possible. Samurai X, definitely earning a spot on this list. Up next, we have our good friends over at Project M Supplements to thank for this one. And this one here is Mindbender. Now, I had a hard time picking a choice because I have a bunch of products from Project M Supplements that I really like. And a lot of them are very similar, but with tiny little tweaks, little nuances that make them feel a little bit different. So there was another product I had in mind for this list, but when I really recalled the experiences I had with all their products, I think that Mindbender really hits a little bit harder than all their other products. There is another product that's going to make it onto the high stim list, but we're going to save that. We're not going to spoil that one just yet. But out of their current lineup, I do feel that Mindbender really is the best. It combines a great nootropic focus, an amazing 2 amino buzz that doesn't feel too overwhelming. It doesn't feel like that crazy, super potent illicit DMHA, but it does feel nice and clean and productive. It's happy. It's not a relatively heavy scoop, but it also gives you amazing pumps, clear focus, and really just dials you in on the mission at hand. It really gets you in the zone and makes you feel freaking incredible. Never had a bad workout on this one, so out of their massive lineup, I got to give the spot here on the top medium list for 2025 to Mindbender by Project M Supplements. Next up, we are going to get a little bit aggressive with our good friends over from Toxic Masculinity Nutrition for their Pillager pre-workout. Now, Pillager comes off as a very high stim pre-workout on label, comes off very aggressive. There's Alpha Yo in there, there's Araya, there's 2 amino, or so they claim. But every time I ran it, it was a good, aggressive type of experience, but nothing that I wouldn't take, say, 3 times a week. This isn't something that you take once a week and then you're crashing for the next 2 days and you can't run it. This is a very well-balanced package, but I wouldn't call it a high stim pre-workout. I would definitely put it more on the medium stim type of experience. And this is something that to me always hits. It's always nice, but there's no crash, there's no come down, there's no negative side effects. It does get you a little hopped up. It definitely gives you that crazy energy. I think the main component of this product is the energy package that comes with it. There is a good pump as well. There's a good focus, but really the energy, the aggression above everything else with a slight mood elevation in the background. But really the aggression comes in first and foremost. Great product that I can definitely see myself running 3 times a week. And their cherry vanilla flavor was absolutely incredible. Talk about a holiday themed flavor. I definitely think that it fits in somewhere with the holiday vibe, but I really like that one. So Toxic Masculinity Nutrition Pillager earns itself a spot on my list. Next up, we have a newcomer from our good friends over at Nemesis Nutrition. And this is a pre-workout that was hyped for quite a while, and it finally released, and it definitely lived up to the hype. And what I'm talking about is Psycho Stim. Now, this is a very unique label. It does have a nice amount of pumps in there. It has a crap ton of stimulants, but nothing illicit. So there is some yohimbine in there. There is some mariah in there. Not crazy dosages, but overall, this thing just has a perfectly balanced stim package and blood flow ingredients to really help everything kind of keep flowing. So it really does fall in the medium stim category perfectly. You could run this one 3 times a week. If you want, you could stack even a little bit more pumps on this one. They do say that you can stack it with their pump formula, which personally I don't do, but I know people that have done it. So if you want to have a crap ton of pumps, definitely go for it. But this is a product that is clean, it's concise, and you don't feel guilty after using it. Despite the name Psycho Stim, it isn't really on a crazy stim junkie level. It's just like 2 notches below that, bringing it to the medium stim category, making it a product that you could run 3 times a week with no issues whatsoever. Great energy, nice buzz, and you're just going to feel very productive on this one and have an amazing killer workout. So incredible debut from our friends over at Nemesis Nutrition for their Psycho Stim pre-workout. And now we are finally up to our final 2 spots, and these right here I will rank in order. So at the number 2 spot, we have Dark Labs Crack Reloaded, and this is one of my favorite Dark Labs products of 2025, despite it being the one Dark Labs pre-workout that has no DMHA in it. How about that? I love this reformulation because I absolutely despised the original Crack Reloaded. That pre-workout made me sick each and every time I took it, and I did run 2 different batches that were manufactured differently at different years, and they still hit equally bad. So this new reformulation is amazing. It really feels like Edge of Insanity, but maybe slightly toned down, but a nice nootropic focus comes with this one. Great clear energy, nice hefty dose of Genesis, which is going to contribute to that head buzz and that mood elevation. You're going to feel that good feeling around your head, just really making you feel happy, but also very, very aggressive without the negative side effects that come with Alpha. I think this one only does have 2 milligrams of Alpha, if I recall correctly. So it's not like a crazy tweaked out experience, but that Alpha, you're essentially reaping all the benefits without any of the negatives. So you're going to be energized, you're going to be hopped up, you're going to be focused, you're going to be dialed in. There is a sense of urgency, and maybe it's going to make you sweat a little bit and give you a little bit of a tingly sensation, but no droopy nose as far as I remember, nothing like that, no anxiety, no heavy breathing, no elevated heart rate. Overall, amazing, amazing quality product. And because there is no DMHA in it, I say you could run this one 3 times a week with no issues. So Crack Reloaded definitely gets High Stim Ace's seal of approval at the number 2 spot. Now at the number 1 spot, we have our good friends over at Apollo Nutrition to thank for this one. And this is the latest version of Apollo Nutrition Hooligan. And this here is a true 40-20. And you guys know how I feel when it comes to 40-20s. A lot of times they say you could take this at half a scoop or 1 scoop. And let's face it, guys, 99% of the time, half a scoop does not give you clinical dosages and you're not going to feel anything. Apollo Nutrition changed the game with Hooligan, so if you're taking this pre-workout, even at half a scoop, you are still getting clinical dosages of citrulline, beta-alanine, betaine anhydrous, and a whole bunch of other ingredients. This one infuses some nitrates to really give you the crazy pumps, and you guys know that on the High Stim Ace channel, we are always going full scoop, full dose, because there are no half measures on the High Stim Ace channel. So at the full dose, despite the fact that there are no illicits in here, there's no alpha-yo, there's no Genesis, there's certainly no 2-amino, you're getting all the energy here from the caffeine and the theobromine, but it is so well sourced and it just works so well and literally hits every single cylinder. You can literally take this one at half a scoop or 1 scoop, depending on the intensity you want to experience that day. But at the full scoop, at the full dose, you're going to get energy that's going to last for hours and hours post-training. No crash on this one, no negative side effects, no stimmy willy, no anxiety, no jitters. And despite the fact that this has 500 milligrams of caffeine, which some people are going to say, oh my God, Ace, 500 milligrams of caffeine is a lot. It doesn't feel like that because of all the pump ingredients you have in there, the 10 grams of citrulline and all the nitrates and everything else that's included. It is a smooth flowing experience, but you're just reaping the benefits here. You're getting all the energy from Hooligan, the mood elevation in the background, just this crazy feeling of productivity, a good, healthy sense of well-being, a nice, clear-headed focus, and obviously great, boundless energy that lasts for hours post-training, and the sickest, most insane pumps you can imagine. And there are no illicits. This is a fully compliant pre-workout. So obviously, got to give them the number one spot. Number one for 2025 for the medium stim category, Apollo Nutrition Hooligan. Thank you so much for tuning into this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you appreciate this video and enjoy these lists, don't forget to give High Stim Ace a massive like. It greatly helps the algorithm. Comment down below. Let me know if you enjoyed this video. Let me know what are some of your favorite medium stim pre-workouts. Let me know if I missed anything. Do you agree with my list? Do you not agree? Let me know, guys, in the comments down below. Don't forget, this is only based on my opinion. Do not take anything as fact. This is all High Stim Ace's opinion. I want to wish you all a very Merry Christmas. Hope you guys enjoy the holidays, spend the time with the loved ones. And don't forget, follow me on Instagram at High Stim Ace. And most importantly, subscribe for the best lists of 2025 and the best damn reviews for 2025 going into 2026. I will see you all next time for the next High Stim pre-workout review. Take care, everybody, and have a Merry Christmas. High Stim Ace, signing off.